conversion phase or element Earth. The element Earth has the attributed color yellow. The season of the Earth would be late summer or Indian summer season. It's just before you come to autumn. And obviously that's the season where most of your vegetables, of your fruits are ready, are ripe. So that's the season where you actually go out and all the work that was done before, that was done in the wood and then the fire phase, where everything was starting in the wood phase, then growing in the fire phase, and then is ripe in the earth phase, all those things you can actually reap the moment you enter in the earth phase. Now, the period of life in the earth phase is obviously the same. It's the period when you start to settle down. It's the period when you start maybe having children, you are in a stable job. It's the time of life where for the first time you sort of found your basis and actually built on that further on. It's where things calm down a little bit. It's not that excited anymore. That's the earth period of life. The climate factor of the element earth is very interesting too, because it's humidity. So again, it's both. Earth needs a little bit of humidity, and it's got a very, very, very important role to play in the body when it comes to distribution of necessary humidity to the lungs and to the kidneys. But on the other hand, too much humidity in your earth element actually completely kills you. There is actually, in traditional Chinese medicine, they see heart attack as something that has many, many different creational aspects. But one of the most important things that they contribute heart disease to is too much so-called pathogenic humidity in your body. So, for instance, food intake can generate pathogenic humidity in your body. Which foods generate a lot of humidity in your body? Milk products, bananas, all those things, they create a very thick mucus, and that's already the pathogenic aspect of the earth element. But I don't want to go into dietary aspects in too great detail. That's just a small side note for you to see. There is a lot of this system that you can also check out in relation to your food intake. But the most important thing there is it's not a static system. So it's not a system that says you don't, or you should not, or you must not, or you should, or you do, or yeah? It's a system that says, okay, let's see what you're made of. Let's see what your problems are, and let's see how we can balance humidity in your body, which things we need. Maybe if you're dried out, then you need humidity. Then you need your maybe bananas or your milk products and so on. So don't go, whoa, milk products and bananas, whoa, bad, because too much humidity. It kills my earth element. That's not how this system works. Yeah? Next aspect, emotion. The earth element is sort of the element or the conversion phase that symbolizes a scale the best. People with a lot of conversion phase earth, they are able to communicate and understand almost everyone. So they are perfect mediators. People with a lot of conversion phase earth, they are able to really empathically connect with other people, understand them on a quite deep level. And one of the most positive aspects of a healthy state earth element is mental clarity. Now obviously the negative aspect of that is constant thought circles where you don't get back out anymore. Constant worrying about everything and always being in the same mill. That's the negative aspect of the earth element in the body. The associated organs are the stomach, the spleen and the pancreas. Spleen and pancreas being the spleen being actually the yin organ and the stomach being the yang organ. And pancreas is also associated with earth because it's a very important digestive organ, obviously. The joint that has to do with the earth element in the body, interestingly enough, is the hip joint. Now, just to talk about why it is the hip joint and not some other joint, just to talk about that would take a week probably. But the basic joint that we need in our life to have stability and to choose whether to go left or to go right or front or back is the hip joint. And that's also one of the aspects of the positive emotional aspects that I mentioned before. Mental clarity, also decision making in terms of, do I go left or do I go right? The actual choice between the left and right direction, that's the thing that belongs to the earth element. To actually act on that choice, this being decision happy to make a choice. Hey, yeah, cool, let's do something very spontaneous, that's the wood element. But to be able, in the wood element, to be able to make a clear choice, not just to have the energy to do it, but also to make the correct choice for that given moment, that's an aspect of the earth element. The body type of the earth is interesting because the body type of the earth is more a round shape. So if you take, say, the muscle structure of wood, I said it's a very structured muscle structure. If you have something with a lot of conversion phase earth, then they have big muscle mass, but the muscles aren't that well defined. Now, if you look at the professional bodybuilder nowadays, those professional bodybuilders that are at the top of their game in the world competitions, those are mostly people who have the combination of a lot of conversion phase wood with a lot of conversion phase earth. So they need the combination of being able to create a lot of muscle mass on one hand, and on the other hand, the ability to structure the muscle and the energy to actually work for it, which again is wood. So that's just a small idea so that you have something you can say, that's what he means, and not just some words that come out of my mouth. So a problem in the body type earth can be that they tend to take on fat quite easily. So take on fat, I don't mean that fat actually makes you thick. Actually, fat isn't the thing that makes you thick, it's sugar, but that's a whole other story. But still, the body type earth, they are people who are very sensual, who like to eat, who like to enjoy life, but there are also people where you can see that actually in the body structure quite nicely. When they eat something, it's difficult for them to maintain shape. So for people with a lot of conversion phase earth, it's always this keeping the balance between your enjoyment of life and keeping your body structure in a healthy state. Now, interestingly enough, the sensory organ of the earth is the mouth, which again has to do with eating, which again has to do with the stomach and the spleen and the pancreas. And the taste for the element earth is sweet. So too much sweet will damage the earth, too less sweet will damage it as well. So it's again, it's the balance aspect. The vocal expression of earth is singing. Why singing? Because people who have a lot of conversion phase earth, those are the people who take out their guitar and start singing at a bonfire somewhere out in the wood where all the other people gather around and have a good time. Those are the centerpieces of people who actually work with each other and who act on their life in a positive and in a community way.